Welcome to the YourTown television program. I'm your host, Gerald Vinci, author and owner of Vinci Digital Marketing. Today, my guest is Frank Foehrenbach, the owner and head coach at First City CrossFit. So Frank, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Jerry.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about your background and First City CrossFit.
Well, I've been an athlete my whole life, and I actually started in the IT industry, but always loved sports and movement, and got involved in CrossFit as an athlete when I was living up in Lake Tahoe back in 2010. And when I moved down to Monterey, we bought some equipment and started working out in the driveway with some friends, and it quickly grew to a point where we decided to open a business. We've been open 3 years now. We're located over by the airport, and it's great.
Cool. So for those who don't know, what is CrossFit?
So the technical definition, I guess, if you will, of CrossFit is constantly varied functional movement performed at high intensity. So we try to change it up as regularly as possible. We try to do functional movements, things you do in your everyday life, running, jumping, pulling, pushing, picking stuff up. And we do it at high intensity. So intensity is relative for everybody. What may be intense for someone is less intense for someone else.
Sure.
But we do it to a clock, and we add weights and do a bunch of different types of movement together to create intensity. And that intensity is really important in terms of getting the results you want.
Mm-hmm. What are some examples of some of the exercises that would be done in a workout?
We do kind of 3 different categories of movement. We do cardio type movements like running. We have rowing machines. We have stationary bikes, jump rope, burpees. We do gymnastics types movements, everything from push-ups and pull-ups to more advanced things like handstands. And then we do weightlifting, front squat, back squat, deadlift, Olympic lifts like clean and jerk and snatch.
Cool. Very cool. So is CrossFit something anyone can try, or do you have to be like an elite athlete to do it?
Yeah, we welcome beginners in all of our workouts, and we have everybody working out together. The term we use is universal scalability. So everything we do, all of our exercises are scalable. We can make the movement simpler for you. We can reduce the amount of weight. We can have you do less reps for a shorter period of time. But basically, we want everybody doing the same workout, but we just scale the intensity a little bit.
Okay. How do you become a coach?
It's to get a level 1 certification. It's a 2-day course that you can take in Aromas, California, or all over the country, really. CrossFit headquarters offers certification courses all over the country almost every weekend.
Cool, cool. So how did you get started in the industry?
Yeah, so I started as an athlete when I was living up in Lake Tahoe, and the coaches there were really amazing, and I just felt like I learned so much from them that when we moved down here, I just felt really comfortable working out in our driveway. And we loved the community part of CrossFit. Working out with other people is a big part of it. And so we invited friends to come over and work out with us, and started coaching them, kind of unofficially sharing what we knew. And then we went down the road of getting the coach's certification and taking multiple training courses. And like I said, the driveway grew to a point where we had so many people, we kind of really had to look at opening a business.
That's so cool. So how long were you the garage, the driveway gym versus the
I think it ended up being about 9 months. There was probably only it grew really quickly, and the hard thing was finding the right space to be in, and that took probably longer than it took for the driveway to grow to a point where we needed a business. So it was probably about 9 months, I think it was, before we actually found a space and got to move in there.
Right. What are some of the issues trying to find a space with the CrossFit gym?
Well, you need a big open space that can handle weights being dropped on the floor. We do a lot of weightlifting, and so you need an industrial type space. And neighbors are also an issue. You need neighbors that don't mind loud music and loud bumping noises. So our first space, we actually had an issue. We were not far from an audio-video recording studio, and that posed a problem on the days when they were recording videos. So, but we've since moved into a bigger, better space and solved that problem. So
great. That's awesome. So kind of looking at the fitness industry in general, what are the keys, do you think, for success for a fitness-based business today?
Yeah, I mean, I think the traditional gym model of going in and working out by yourself, I'm doing probably the same routine over and over. People are getting sick of that, and I know when I was doing that routine, I didn't really like it. It was something that just bored me. I did it because of the results I could get, because I wanted to be in better shape, but not because I really enjoyed it. And I think CrossFit is taking hold all over the country and all over the world because of the community aspect of it. You're working out together as a group. It's almost like a team vibe where you're pushing each other, cheering each other on. You also have a coach who's leading all the workouts, and that really helps to have someone watching you, because you may even know what you're doing and think you're doing it right, but you're not moving right. And you could be injuring yourself or doing more damage than good. And so it really helps. Those two aspects, the coaching and the community, are key aspects to, I think, what really makes CrossFit successful.
Yeah. Is First City actively involved in the Monterey community?
Yeah, we do a couple of different events. I mean, I would say within our gym we have our own community, social community, but in the bigger community we do a couple events a year. Probably our biggest event is Barbells for Boobs. It's a breast cancer awareness fundraising. We work with the bigger organization, Barbells for Boobs, and we do a workout where people raise money to as pledges for doing the workout. And we also hold raffles and have a big event where we raise a bunch of money. And we raised over close to $2,000 this year for breast cancer awareness. And then we do a lot of work with veterans, specifically an organization called Team Red, White, and Blue. And that's actually a national organization. And they work to get veterans out in the community doing physical fitness and social activities. And one of the regular physical fitness events they do is called WOD with Warriors. So twice a year we do a workout where we invite veterans and really anybody from the local community to come in and work out with us for free and do the workout. And it's just a way to get them out, veterans out into the community, working and getting involved with the local community, doing exercise.
Sure.
And we do that about twice a year. We also do a workout called Murph once a year. And that we, again, invite local community members as well as veterans in to do the workout for free. And that's a longer, harder workout.
Yeah, I've definitely heard of that one. Yeah, that actually brings me to my next question. With a large military population kind of coming and going all the time through Monterey, does that present challenges for First City to retain members, or is it something that's kind of a new opportunity?
I think in terms of maintaining specific members, yeah, we have a lot of turnover. I often joke that it's kind of a cheesy joke, but that our military community is militant about spreading the word about us. I mean, our business grows a lot by word of mouth, and the military community that's to an extreme. When somebody new moves into town, your neighbor comes over and says, this is where you go to the grocery store, and this is where you go clothes shopping, and this is the gym you join.
Gym.
Yeah, exactly. And so, word of mouth works amazing for us in that respect. And if you do a good job, the military population definitely wants to spread the word about you. So while we have a lot of turnover, that turnover is quickly replenished with new folks coming into the area.
What about people just kind of passing through town? How does that work if they want to come work out?
Yeah, we do single visits, and we have quite a few visitors in the national and global CrossFit community. A lot of people, when they travel, they don't want to stop doing their workout, so they'll come in and do an individual workout, and we love having visitors. It's a part of that community, it's kind of, your home away from home. So even if you're traveling, you go into a CrossFit gym and you have this common dialect and this shared experience that you guys have. So, most CrossFit gyms, when you walk in, you feel right at home, even if it's not your home gym. So
I was a CrossFit athlete for a while, and I noticed that too. We went to a couple different gyms in other areas, and it was just like coming over to First City every time we were there. Everybody was just warm and welcoming, and the workouts were pretty similar. We were already familiar with all the movements, so there wasn't that big learning curve. So you really feel like when you join that community, you can kind of go to any gym anywhere in the world and have a similar experience, which is pretty cool.
Yeah,
I like that.
Experience that community and make a whole bunch of new friends.
Yeah. So why Monterey? Are there advantages to owning a gym in this area versus others, do you think?
I just happenstance to end up in Monterey. It was through my partner at the time. Got a job here and moved down here. But I think Monterey is a great place to own a gym, particularly a CrossFit gym, because it's so temperate all year long. It's great to be outside, and we have part of CrossFit gyms. Most CrossFit gyms have big garage doors, and we open up our big garage doors, and it's almost like working out outside. We do a lot of running, and so being outside is great. The fresh air. And I think just anytime you have an area where there's a lot of outdoor activities, that translates to people wanting to be better at those outdoor activities, whether it's running or triathlons or swimming, golf. They just want to be better at their physical outdoor activities, and so getting into the gym and getting fitter is a great way to do that. So, I think that's probably part of why we've been so successful here, for sure.
Yeah. Are there a lot of people who come in who have like a specific goal, like I want to train for a marathon or, a warrior dash or something like that?
We do get people that come in. The Spartan race is pretty popular in this area. We've had a couple of people that come in specifically for that. I guess I would say we generally train for general physical preparedness. We want you to be good at everything and not great at one thing.
Yeah.
But you can, I think, the coaches can help scale the workout to be wherever you're at to help you reach your goal. Some people want weight loss. Some people want to get stronger. The great thing about CrossFit is it kind of helps with all that, and it's all the workouts really kind of get everybody where they want to be.
Mm-hmm. So there's, there's the standard CrossFit workouts, but then there's also the competitive side of CrossFit. So how does that kind of tie in with the gym?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a very public face of CrossFit is people see the CrossFit Games on ESPN, and those are the best of the best. They are the fittest in the world, and I think that can actually intimidate a lot of people out of trying it.
I could never lift that much weight.
Yeah, and I've heard it said, you wouldn't necessarily go out and ride the Tour de France, but you could still get on your bike and go for a bike ride.
Yeah,
right? You got to start somewhere. And, we're doing the CrossFit Open, which is the first qualifying round, and it's open to everyone. And it's workouts that are done locally in the gym, and you upload your score. Well, even the folks that go to the games are going to do that same workout. They're just going to do it a whole lot faster.
Right.
It speaks to that scalability again, and what you see them doing is probably a whole lot harder. But you can scale that back and still get a great workout and work your way up as you go. And who knows, maybe you make it to the games one day.
Yeah, so I mean, anybody who registers has the opportunity to go if they score high enough.
Absolutely. Yeah, we have an athlete at the gym this year who did not think he was going to qualify, but he's currently in a qualifying position for the 60-plus Masters division of the regionals. So he would make it to regionals, and then if he qualified for regionals, he could make it onto the games. But it's funny, he did not even think it was a possibility, but he's been working hard. He's been with us almost since the beginning, and he's signed up for this year for the first time. Just on a whim, and he may qualify. So,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
It's exciting.
So why should athletes and anyone looking to improve their health choose First City? And is it First City or CrossFit or anything?
Yeah, I mean, I think CrossFit gets great results because of the constant variance, because of the high intensity. I think the workouts we do apply to everyday life because they're functional movement. But I think one of the things that beyond that makes CrossFit so appealing is the community piece of it. It's more of a social thing. Most of the time you go to a regular gym and you're not talking to anybody. Everybody's got their headphones on. For us, it's much more of a social thing. People come in and they know the people you're working out with. You're cheering them on during the workout. You're getting to know them afterwards as you're cooling down and stretching. And I think that makes people want to come back. I didn't like going to a regular gym. I just didn't look forward to it. I dreaded it. I wanted to get fitter, but it wasn't something I looked forward to. And I think people, when they come to CrossFit, they feel like they really look forward to it. It's kind of the best part of their day in a lot of ways for a lot of people. If you struggle with motivation around the regular gym model, a lot of people will find that they not only get great results from the workouts themselves, but they look forward to coming for the social aspects.
Yeah, that was a big thing for me. I know anytime I used to go to the gym before CrossFit, it was like everybody go to the gym, they put their little earbuds in, and nobody would talk to each other. Everybody would just be on their machine, and that was it, and then coming into CrossFit, it was just a totally different experience, the team mindset, like you said. So that's definitely a really cool aspect of it for sure.
Yeah.
What do you think the number one thing was that was holding you back from starting?
I think when the opportunity presented itself, when it started to look like what we were doing in the driveway was going to translate into a business, the hardest part was that I just had a great job that paid good money and had benefits and was a kind of a secure, sure thing. And taking that jump to, is this going to work? With the uncertainty of it. But, I think we were fortunate in that we could start small and start in the driveway and kind of get a sense of, that there was a real demand for this and that there was, it was clearly something I was passionate about. And so I think the combination that there seemed to be a demand for it, and it was something that I really enjoyed, both CrossFit itself, but also helping people get fitter was really rewarding, much more so than working for a big corporation. I think that's what eventually convinced me to take the leap.
Oh, that's cool too. You had like the testing ground, with the driveway gym. It was like, if it's going to work here, then I know it's going to work in a facility. So you kind of had that testing ground where a lot of people don't really get that chance. They just kind of roll the dice and see what happens. So that's cool.
Yeah.
So fast forward to today. What are some of the things that are working for you now?
I think we don't do in terms of, I think as a gym philosophy as a whole, I think we just have a one-on-one relationship with all of our athletes. I know all of our athletes. Our coaches know most of our athletes, at least the ones that come to their workouts. I think having that personal relationship goes a long way with people. I think we do a couple of events, like we'll hold barbecues and beach bonfires and fun outside, not necessarily working out activities that create great community. So I think those things make people want to come. I think in terms of getting the word out to other people, what's worked really well for us is just digital. We have a great website. We post to social media pretty much every day, sometimes more than once a day. And then people want to tag themselves in it when they see a picture of themselves working out and they're proud of themselves and they're like, look what I did. And so that just spreads the word. And I think if people enjoy what you offer, they enjoy your service, they want to tell people about it. And that's probably one thing you hear about CrossFitters pretty regularly, is that they don't shut up about CrossFit, because it's this new way of working out that's so much more fun. So why you just end up telling everybody you know about it and not wanting to shut up about it. So it kind of sells itself. So.
Yeah. There's always that joke that CrossFit's like a cult, because people fall in love with it so much that they can't stop talking about it. It's really funny. Yeah, it's really funny. What's some of the best business advice you ever received?
I always think about Greg Glassman, the founder of CrossFit, wrote an article about. It's famously known for one line in which he says, the way I can tell if a gym is going to be successful is if they have clean bathrooms. And the article goes on to talk about it's not so much whether your bathrooms are clean, but your bathrooms being clean is a sign of you genuinely caring about your business. And I think you have to, particularly in the service industry, care about your customers. And that is something that's hard to fake. I think if you have a genuine passion about what you do and you care about your customers and you care about their success, which is easy to do, I think, for me anyway, when you're dealing with fitness and helping people get fitter. Who doesn't want somebody to be fitter? Yeah. And so, I would just say care about your business and care about your customers.
Yeah, that's great advice. All right, so we're almost out of time. So real quick, if you had to give somebody advice who's looking to open up a CrossFit gym, what would be a simple tip for them?
I think you have to not just love CrossFit, but you have to have some level of business knowledge, and you have to be good at coaching. And a good athlete isn't necessarily a good coach. And go down the road of looking at taking a coaching course and seeing if it's something you're passionate about, and start working as a coach first, and see if it's something that you really love. Because if you don't love it, it's going to show. Okay.
Well, thanks for your time today, Frank. Yeah. If you can just let everybody know where they can find out more about First City CrossFit.
Yeah, our website is firstcitycrossfit.com. You can find us on Facebook under First City CrossFit, Instagram, and you can give us a call at 831-920-1755. And we're located at 2700 Garden Road in Monterey, right by the airport.
Awesome. Great. Well, you've been watching the YourTown television program. I'm your host, Gerald Vinci. Tune into AMP Channel 27 or visit us on the web at yourtown.tv. Thanks for watching.